Hey, it's Gary, 3 times head of growth. Today I'm going to talk to you about data-driven PLG architecture. Basically, what are you building to enable your low-touch automation? It's very complicated. I mean, it took me a long time to try to figure this out, but when we launched PLG Motion in December 2022, we knew we need to scale, and we knew that the key was making sure that we had this really specific data architecture and pipeline, and it was a pretty complicated process. But let's go through it and try our best to dissect this together. So we have this data warehouse as part of the engineering team. They have that put together. We're tracking a lot of events, but we're not tracking all events. So we started to use these types of tracking tools like Segment, RudderStack, Posthog, and Pendo. Those are some tools that would be recommended to have those types of tracking. And what we're tracking is we're trying to understand more about the users, the features that they use, the login time, the pages that they visit, the data that is submitted into our system. And ultimately, we want to make sure that we are getting those events and data points into our CRM. But to connect to our CRM, you need to use something called a reverse ETL, basically using these tools like high touch and census to send these data onto your CRM. And that's where you can have sending specific data like user invited data, lags login data, where the point where they were activated, the different types of activation points, the integrations that they set up. So that's uniquely part of your specific product and what kind of value you provide to them. So setting up integrations, there are those types of setup and onboarding, the plan tier, what tier they are in. So we want to send that to Salesforce and HubSpot. And then there's specific types. There's the company and the specific contacts. And at the end of the day, we want to send these data points to contacts because we want to update them. And through that, we send an email automation, low touch, and through HubSpot, it's Customer.io or SendGrid, whichever tool you choose. Ultimately, these click and open data will then feed it back into the warehouse. And then we have more data to understand more 360 of our customer profile, and which we can then view via our BI tool with Looker and Metabase. So this is how the data pipeline that we put together as part of PLG, and making sure that we're sending the usage data all the way to the CRM and the email automation so that we can enable low touch automation at scale. Hey, follow me on growthwithgary.com or feel free to subscribe here to learn more about how to execute PLG, lead and operate and launch and be successful in SaaS.